What's up, Screen Fiend fans? This is the movie review of F1, the new Brad Pitt Formula One racing movie with Jerry Bruckheimer, the same people that brought you Top Gun. Tom Cruise is one of the guys who's on board watching this procedure happen and watching how they did everything, and just was with amazement. As Brad Pitt plays a down on his luck Formula One racer who went to Daytona and won, and now he wants to go back to F1 to correct what he missed out on when he had the opportunity. And when he had the opportunity, the old guy brings him back, said, I got a challenge for you. I got this young kid played by Damian Irgis who is got all the potential in the world, but he racing for a company that has never won a race and basically is about to go bankrupt. So this last ditch effort saying that we got the right car, we got the right things going for it. We just have to have the right approvals. We got the right things going. We got a female, designer. She's one of the best for car designs. We just want to be able to, at least win a race or place in the top. We only got a few races left, and then they're probably gonna, get a new board and vote people in and vote people out, and that would be the case. So it's all a political thing. Now, as a movie, I've watched this film go into different stanzas, if you want to say, right? Where it seemed basic and formulaic outside the track. It gave you a behind the doors look for the first time. You got to really see what it looks like behind the doors of a Formula One racing. What they actually go through, the actual technology, you and working with your team, and the preparation and all of these state of the art simulators that they have. It's quite impressive, to say the least. It's very impressive to see and look at. If you're just somebody on the outside looking in, yeah, it's quite impressive. Now, the racing is top notch. I mean, it's like you're in the car seat. I watched it in the best quality at Dolby Atmos, but it's kind of bland in the rest of the storyline. It's very thin. And you guys, some of you might not remember this, but in 2001, there was a movie that came out called Driven with Sylvester Stallone. And the fact that that came out in 2001 and was so well, like, done, in my opinion, there was some scenes in this movie that were amazing. Now, when Sylvester Stallone came out with this movie, it was the same. It's the same script. It's the same story. It is the same movie. Sylvester Stallone plays a down on his luck, former kart racer. Then he's brought back in the game by this Burt Reynolds. Who's like, hey, we got this young kid. He's great. He needs a mentor though. We got a chance to win this whole thing. We need you to bring him in and bring the young guy up. So Sylvester Stallone comes in and mentors this young guy who's hard. They bump heads. It just goes through a terrible process and the whole thing, So he's dealing with a bad relationship. It's just a lot of things he has to guide this guy through. Um, Brad Pitt, Formula guy, he had a bad crash. He's in Formula One. Should he do it again? He doesn't know if this is what he wants to do. Bad scenarios on the table yet again. Then they go ahead and they change directions to him being this mentor to this kid. And that's what's important. The kid, the kid, the kid. Now, all of a sudden, all of these things come full circle. And I give the movie 3 stars out of 4. But it's the same storyline and the same problems that Driven ran into, except for at least in this movie, in Driven, they had an actual like villain. Talladega Nights had a villain. And here there's no real villain on the course. And all of the other movies you had someone that was a villain. And Gran Turismo, there was basically a good racing movie, but no real villain. And racing movies don't really top the charts like that. It's got to be story. It has to be story driven. You know, Ford versus Ferrari was probably the best one they've done as far as flawless execution. And you had pretty much the villain being Ferrari. Here, they try to cook up a villain and a bait and switch, like some plot down the stretch in the final act that it's like, what? The guy was a prick, but really? This doesn't even make any sense. So that's why a lot of the stuff outside of the racing didn't really matter. It was just noise and I don't know if that was well executed, but great acting performance by Damian Idris and Brad Pitt as the old cool guy. That's how he's been trying to execute lately. That has been going in their direction, so they've been doing well at that. And that's my review of F1. You're going to see some of the best scenes, racing scenes, that you probably have seen executed. Without a doubt, probably top 2 or top 1. I don't know. I have to watch Gran Turismo again, and watching this in Dolby Atmos was great. You got a full experience. The camera angles that they shot in there, but everything is formulaic. Like this is gonna happen. You see, this is gonna happen. The ending, you might, project that's gonna happen. Let's just say if you saw Driven, they probably said, "Well, we can't go in the same direction as Driven, so let's switch up the ending." That's about the only thing that's different. They swapped. If you've seen Driven, just know that they switch. Okay, so have you seen Driven? Tell me what you thought of Driven and tell me what you thought of F1. I didn't see Driven as a bad movie. I thought the racing scenes was pretty good. It just had some really subpar acting done by Kip Pardue. What's his name? Pardo. And Kip Pardo is a part of the trio, just like Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was the active model turned actor, and it just sort of worked out for him. And they thought they could create other Brad Pitts. Like Rob Lowe was like that. You had Brad Pitt was the new Rob Lowe. Then they bring in Ashton Kutcher, another male model that they want to turn into an actor, and then Kip Pardue, a model turned actor, and it just didn't work out. So these projects that they try to do in Hollywood, like following a system, this is just normally like basic normal tactics that they use. So if you're familiar with it, you are not. It's understandable. But any which way, we are done. So don't forget to become a member and join up so you can get some exclusive stuff that we're going to do behind the scenes. And we're out. Thank you for supporting the page with the super chats too. Blessings.